If you're doing a truck build, stop everything you're doing and watch this. Guys, welcome to part 2 of our truck build series. And for this episode, I'm super excited because we're going to get to talk a little bit about marketing. You know, I love talking me some marketing because, well, guys, this is the lifeblood of our business, right? And so for this part, you're going to need to do two things. Number one, I'm going to show you guys how to prep. You see, I got the tailgate off. I'm going to show you how to prep that. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to go on vistaprint.com and you're going to order yourself the biggest magnet they have. I think it's, don't quote me on this one, but I think it's 18 by 24. Now, if you don't have a designer, you can go to Fiverr.com, pay somebody like 10 to 15 bucks to design for you the logo and everything that's going to go on your magnet. So it's very important for you to have marketing on your vehicle, guys, because not only does that look professional, but also it gets you customers. So essentially, guys, you have two basic forms of marketing. One is called a passive form of marketing, and the other one is active. Now, active forms of marketing are, for example, you know, like I talk about this all the time, the door hangers and doing your 5-around. So those things are active in a sense that you always have to do a action in order to bring in that result. So if you stop doing your 5-arounds, you stop getting customers. Another great example of active form of marketing is the bandit signs. So for example, you go out, you put a bunch of signs, you get a bunch of phone calls, you stop doing that, it stops working, right? Well, the passive form of marketing is the type of marketing where initially you invest a little bit of time, energy, effort, and money, but it keeps bringing you dividends for many, many years down the line. Let me show you guys this. Okay, so what you guys are seeing right now is one of my enclosed trailers. Guys, this trailer is like 8-9 years old, and when I wrapped it, I spent around $2,800, and it keeps bringing me dividends. As a matter of fact, guys, guess what? You're not going to believe this, but I paid $2,800 for that wrap, and I got my money back in like a matter of a couple of weeks. So you want to make sure, as a new guy, when you're starting and you're building your pressure washing business, guys, you want to focus on the passive forms of marketing first, because they're a lot more inexpensive than your other forms of marketing. So, you know, you guys want to invest first there, right? Because not only is it the cheapest, but also it's the more, it lasts longer, right? So here's the thing. This is such an important topic for me when we're talking passive versus active forms of marketing that I am going to do a separate video on that after we finish our truck build series. I'm going to do like the top forms of passive forms of marketing for you guys. Of course, you know, your tailgate being one of the most important ones. And I wanted to share this story with you guys because I recently thought about this. So we here at Mr. Bubbles, we have a contract with FEMA. Now, FEMA, you know, the Federal Emergency Agency, guys, they have in the military base here, where in my city where I'm at, they have a bunch of buildings at this military base. So anyway, it is one of the biggest contracts that we have in our company. And the way we got that is the regional director of FEMA was behind one of our trucks at the stoplight, okay? Took a picture of our tailgate, bam, led to one of the biggest contracts in my history of the company. So make sure that you guys are not skipping this part, because again, guys, like I said in the beginning, guys, what is a business without customers, right? So, and the other thing is this, I see this all the time where new guys, they laser focus on having this awesome equipment. Guys, equipment doesn't mean anything if you don't have the customers. First, get the customers, make sure that you got a constant flow of customers, because you're doing good marketing out there. And then slowly grow your equipment side, because, you know, I mention this all the time on my channel. You need experience, chemical knowledge, and commercial grade equipment. Yes, but you got to grow in those skill sets as you go along. But don't worry, that's why we're doing this this truck build series for you guys, because not only are we focusing on the nuts and bolts of how the rig goes together, but also as part of this process, we are going to teach you guys how to, in a passive way, get customers, and it's going to be a great benefit for you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this tailgate here to my workstation, outdoor workstation, and I'm going to show you guys how we prep that. I'm going to give you guys a great tip here, because you know, when you're prepping your tailgate for it to get wrapped, obviously you can't be driving around town without a tailgate in the back of your truck. So this is what I would do if I was you guys. It does not matter your truck. What I would do is I would go to a local junkyard, okay, and pick up an extra tailgate for your specific truck. So this process here, I would actually do this with the backup tailgate, not your original tailgate. So this might run you about, you know, depending on what part of the country you're in, but it'll run you $100 to $150 for a backup tailgate for your truck. And what you're going to notice is it does not matter the brand, guys. Every single one of these trucks, they're going to have emblems. This is a Chevy Silverado 2500, and you see the Chevy logo there in the middle. But here's the thing, when I did this with all of my F-150s, they had the 4x4 logo right here, and on the other end it had the F-150 logo as well, and the middle one. And guess what? Depending on what truck you have, some of these logos are bolted in there. So when you take it off, it's going to have a hole. So I'm going to show you one of the things you're going to need is Bondo. Some of you guys already know what this is, and some of you do not. So I bought this at Track Auto or AutoZone. No, I bought this at AutoZone. So anyway, when you open this, it's going to come with a little tube like this, and then what you do is you just put a little bit on this cap, a little bit of, it looks kind of like paint, but it looks more like a gooey, very sticky paint. And then once you put you mix it with that the stuff that's in the tube, and then you mix it real good, and then you put it over the hole, and you wait about 2 or 3 hours. Man, that thing is going to be, guys, it's going to be like almost as hard as a rock or steel, right? And then you would go through and you would sand it down, and that's what the sander is for, by the way. And then the other thing is, in order to get this done, you're going to need yourself a really good chisel. And the funny thing is, I found through the years that this is the only reason why I've ever used a chisel. But you know, get yourself a really good chisel. I got this one at Lowe's. And then the other thing you're going to need is like this is just a razor from my from one of my cutters. And that's basically it, guys, because you know, you're basically with the hammer, you know, you can use a rubber mallet. You're going to scoop all of these out, and then what's going to happen is you're going to find that most of these things have a really nasty glue / like melted rubber that holds them in. Now, to save us a little bit of time, I already went through this process, and I took out the Chevy logo here, and then there was just a little bit. Now this tailgate didn't have any holes in it, so we were pretty lucky, but it did have that nasty gooey stuff. So I'm going to show you right here. This is what you're looking at, guys. So I took the sander, and then whenever you sand anything, you just want to go very, very slow, as you see me doing here, right to left, over the same area. And then it got rid of all of that glue and that melted rubber that was putting this thing into place. So again, you just want to be thorough, just like you see me here. You know, just go around in a circular motion until it's all gone. And the bottom line, guys, is, you know, when you get done with this process, what you're going to do is you're going to have yourself like a really nice flat area for the guy to wrap this, because how would you wrap around this or wrap over it? I mean, I guess you could wrap around it, but it's going to look kind of tacky. And I know some of you guys might be saying, hey man, you know, I really like the logos in the back of my truck. It kind of makes my truck what it is. You guys, I want you to understand something, right? You know, I am showing you guys how to build a money maker. This is a work truck that you're building. And, you know, the purpose of this thing is to feed you, feed your family. So, you know, yes, I mean, the goal, especially with the wrap, is for you to have an awesome image as well. But, you know, would I do this with my personal vehicles? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But again, we're doing this because it's all about making money. And remember, I said we were talking about that passive form of income, passive form of marketing, excuse me. So, you know, guys, that's what my focus is, teaching you guys, because some of you guys, you're spending all of this money on Facebook ads and all kinds of, you know, social media ads, you know, like Yelp and Google and stuff, when this is one of the most important parts, because one, it raises up your brand, because people, you know, when you show up, people see that, you know, you have this sort of marketing brand behind you, right? Where your marketing matches your uniform, matches your website, matches your online presence and all that. But then also, guys, this is all about, you know, that's why I love it so much, in the sense of being a passive form of marketing, because it keeps bringing you results year after year after year. Guys, this whole process is going to cost you, let's round it off and say about $300. Okay, let's say $300 for this entire process. Now, might cost a little bit more if you do get that backup tailgate, but you know, the bottom line is, let's say for less than $500 you're getting this done, and that's including your magnets, your Vistaprint magnets. So the bottom line is, imagine that's 1 or 2 customers, and this thing will get you 3 to 5 customers a month, is my personal experience. So do the math on that. If you're picking up a customer for $400, I mean, you, with one shot, you pay for it. In the case I was telling you guys in the intro there, I mean, guys, the contract that we have with FEMA is thousands and thousands, dozens of thousands of dollars because of a tailgate. Okay, so this to me is an unskippable part. Do not skip this part. Make sure that you are adding this part to your rig build, because it is going to have a tremendous amount of benefit. And guess what, guys? At the very end, in the last episode, I am going to do for you guys like the big review, like they do in those reality shows, of what it all looks like. So, you know, stay tuned for that. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming to my channel today and watching this how to build a pressure washing truck rig. I highly recommend you guys watch and stay tuned to the next episode, because guys, now we're gonna start like the nuts and bolts. I am gonna show you guys how I create the base in the back of the truck, the base that's going to hold the tanks and the machines, and basically the backbone of the entire rig. So stay tuned for that. And then as always, you know, email me. I have a trailer. I have the trailer blueprint as well, but this truck build, guys, this is like my 23rd or 24th truck build, and I have a real formula for how I get this done. So you guys print that out, you follow along at home. You know all of this equipment is in the description below. You can order the same reels, the same everything that we're using, and then and build the same rig that we're going to build. And then, like I said, at the end of the entire series, you guys are going to get to see us go out there and make like $1,500 to $2,000 in one day with this same rig. So make sure you email me. It's one of the favorite parts of my day is interacting with you guys. So I look forward to that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.